Hey folks, it's David Bourne from newwildmedia.com, and if you want to use images effectively in your WordPress posts, this is where we do it. This is the New Wild Media broadcast where we promote nature and outdoor-based businesses. In the WordPress setup series, we are learning about using images effectively. Let's remember why doing this is worthwhile for us in the first place. And we can do that by remembering that people are searching. They are searching for answers. They need to know the meaning of life. They need to know the meaning of the question that is burning them at this very second. So they go to the internet and they look it up. Well, that's a great opportunity for us because we can help them solve their problems. And how do we do that? We do it with content. We can put our information up there and help them learn what they need to learn. Ideally, we want that content to be helpful and memorable, but how do we make it more helpful and more memorable? We use images. And let's look at how we do this in WordPress, and we'll talk more about how it all works. So we've logged into WordPress. I've created a page with the title, I've pasted in some text, and now I want to add an image. Well, where do you put it? I want to put it at the top, or near the top at least. Now, why do you want to put it at the top? You do this because you want people to see it. Just think about it. You probably do this too. I do it. People will scan. They will quickly look at a page and say, is this what I want? And if they can get that image in their mind, then it can help them connect to the content. So you want it to be at the top. Now, speaking of connecting with content, you want an image that's appropriate. So since I am talking about remembering, I thought I might find a picture of an elephant, and luckily I had one in my studio. So I grabbed my iPhone and I took a picture of a photograph, and it's not the best picture in the world, but here it is, and just want to show you, calling it the unforgettable elephant. By the way, these numbers here represent pixel sizes. It's a square image. It started out at 2000, and I have reduced it to 480. I'm going to grab that 480 pixel square image and drag it right on top of my page. WordPress lets us do this, so let go, and it's going to then open up the Insert Media page. Now, okay, so it's good to be consistent, and even though this was full size at 480 by 480, I'm going to bring it in at 300 just because I know I want it to be a little bit smaller. Now, a big mistake that people make whenever they use images is they bring them in way too big and then they resize them in WordPress. That's just not a good way to do it. You want to make them pretty small, and if you need to make it smaller, you can do that. You don't want to make it larger than it was because then it'll look awful. It'll be all blurry, so I'm going to undo that. But you can change it a little bit. So as a rule of thumb, don't change it a lot. Reduce the size before you bring it in. Now, it brought it in the exact wrong place, and that's okay. Because what I'm going to do is show you the surefire way to put it where you want it. I'm going to leave the visual editor. I'm over here. I'm going to go into the text editor, and it's going to show me where that thing is. It starts here with all this, what looks like code. It's markup, and it ends right here. This is what represents the image. I'm going to cut that, change the spacing, and I'm going to put it right at the very top and add a couple of breaks right there. Now, if I go back to visual, it's right at the top. Okay? If I wanted to move it, I could come down. I could grab it again. I'm hitting Command X on the Mac. And let's say I wanted to put it down here. I could do that. You want it to be near the top so that someone can see it, as they call it, above the fold. Remember newspapers? Above the fold of the newspaper. We just want them to be able to see it very close to the top. I'm not real crazy about that. You could also, I think, drag and drop where you want it to go, and then change your formatting there. So anyway, more or less that's it. And just remember, use an image that is relative, because it can connect the idea here, remember the unforgettable elephant, with the ideas down here about remembering. Hope that made some sense, and we will be looking into other details later. Come check it out. The new Wild Media broadcast. We talk about WordPress. We talk about mobile video. We talk about all kinds of new media to help us be better storytellers on the web. So check it out. Hey folks, it's David Bourne from newwildmedia.com. My light is not on.